Sexism is present everywhere you look, but often we don't look hard enough to see it. It is constantly in the media. A huge example of this is Disney. They have hidden sexist thoughts and patterns that we often miss. Is Disney really what we used to think it was? Disney princesses are always portrayed as thin and beautiful. Their waistlines, similar to that of Barbie, is unrealistic for the average woman body. Their attractiveness is increased when they wear stunning, sparkling dresses. This image is what young girls are influenced by. To be a princess, they need to have nice clothes and be beautiful. This is the way that they will get their prince and live happily ever after. Disney depicts these unrealistic body images and promotes it through the films. An example of this is Cinderella. Cinderella promotes the idea that an unhealthy body image, in addition to nice clothes, will get you the prince. In the film, Cinderella is a servant to her stepmother and stepsisters. Cinderella is a beautiful young woman with blonde hair and a perfect body. Her stepfamily reflects the less attractive and less desirable characters. The stepmother has few motherly or feminine qualities. She has a large manly nose and chin. Her voice in particular is very deep and masculine sounding. Cinderella's stepsisters are on the average looking side, with both having larger noses and loud screeching voices. At the end, it is Cinderella who gets the prince. We often forget about the male characters in Disney films. In the princess movies, they play a role, although it tends to be small. If you look into what they say and the way they act, you see that the males are just as stereotyped as females. Most even sing about what it is to be a man.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're the saddest bunch I ever met, but you can bet before we're through, Mr. I'll make a man.
Male characters in Disney are always portrayed as masculine and manly. They depict that men have to be tough, skilled, sophisticated, and covered with hair in order to get the princess. What is this telling young boys? If Disney is telling young boys that in order to be successful, you must be muscular, cunning, and you must get the right girl in the end, that is only setting them up for failure. All female characters throughout Disney are not only beautiful beyond imagination, but they usually participate in traditional female roles, where the woman is in a position of servitude. This is especially present in the older Disney classics such as Cinderella and Snow White. This portrays that women are only good for cooking and cleaning. This thought is still present in modern Disney movies such as the new movie Tangled. A slim, beautiful blonde who hits things with frying pans. Do I need to say any more? She requires a man to save her just like all other female characters in Disney movies. This is present in all Disney classics, such as Sleeping Beauty, where her prince awakens her from a deep sleep. The roles of the male characters in Disney are usually to save a female character in one way or another. They regularly win over the hearts of female characters we all know and love. Men in Disney are portrayed as tough, brutish, manly men. These guys are the epidemic of what a stereotypical man should be. They are muscular and strong, in addition to being dominant of others and the opposite sex. If a man in Disney does not appear to be big or strong, he has something else going for him to separate him from his associates and to put him above others. However, sometimes minor characters are given less flattering characteristics in order to further the idea of a character's role in life. The well-known happily ever after present in all Disney movies has one main part to it. The princess always gets her prince and vice versa. No matter how hard the antagonist tries to keep the two apart, she or she always fails. In every Disney movie, the male saves the female so that the two can be together. A very obvious example of this is in Sleeping Beauty. Prince Philip slays the dragon and kisses her so that the two can live happily ever after. Now, in more recent films, not only does the prince save the princess, but the princess first has to sacrifice herself for this to happen, as shown in The Little Mermaid. Ariel sacrifices not only her voice, but her family, her friends, and even her soul in order to be with Prince Eric, who at the end ends up saving her. Another issue within Disney relationships is abuse. A main example of this is in Beauty and the Beast. Throughout the movie, the main problem was how Disney had changed the hero as well as the message of the story. In the original fairy tale, Beast is a horrific and ugly creature with a kind and gentle heart. The message of that story was, you should not judge someone by what they look like. An ugly outside can hide a loving heart. Disney changed this. They created a Beast that abuses Belle. The Beast does not attack Belle, but the threat of physical violence is present. Belle changes the nature of the Beast. Her sweet, loving character turns the Beast into a prince. This says that if a young woman is pretty and sweet-natured, she can change an abusive man into a kind and gentle man. In other words, it is a woman's fault if her man abuses her. This is a dangerous message for young girls to learn, as it is not true. If Belle lived in the real world, she would certainly become an insulted wife. Sexism is present all over the media, whether it is in posters, commercials, books, films, etc. A really big and powerful example of sexism in the media is in something we are all very familiar with: Disney. As children, we all grew up watching at least one Disney movie or another, and there is sexism hidden throughout each movie that we often missed. But I guarantee, if you watch another Disney movie now that you're aware, you'll see a whole new side to Disney that was never there before.